estate rebound. Residential isn't the only sector on the mend. Don't overlook commercial, says Bob Gray, co-managing principal of TerraCap Management, and he joins me now on set. So I wanted to ask you, Bob, and first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
Is this trend a national one, or are we still, when we're talking commercial real estate, are we still talking pockets of the country?
It is pockets of the country. Commercial real estate has started to recover. It always follows residential. You see a broad-based recovery in residential for the most part.
Right.
Commercial is taking off where population growth is strongest.
And where is that typically?
The southern United States has the fastest population growth. We like Florida particularly because it has the fastest population growth and limits on supply.
Okay. How is supply in the commercial space? Because when we talk about the housing market, in terms of the residential market, that's the big issue right now. They're not building enough.
Right, that's true, and it's the same. The amount of building is very interesting when you compare it to the pace of population growth. And what we see in commercial real estate, in Florida particularly, is the amount of speculative construction has been anemic for the last several years, as it should be. It was overbuilt, but the population growth hasn't stopped. So the buildings are filling up, but the building hasn't begun to, there's not new construction. So that's putting pressure on prices.
And what companies and industries are filling up those buildings? Is it the financial firms, or is it now the media firms?
Well, it's a variety. Some of the buildings, we just bought a portfolio of 7 buildings that was we paid about a third of what it cost to build it. And in it we have Home Depot, Walgreens, Red Bull, Nestle, Florida Cancer Research, a wide diversification of tenants, and those are the sorts that are filling up lots of the properties we buy.
Okay. Where do you see, is the commercial real estate market healthy?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But and it depends where. You'd say it is healthy in Washington, D.C., or New York City, or San Francisco. Boston is getting strong. But those are places where you can't double your money or unless you use a lot of leverage. We use very little leverage. It's a defense-oriented strategy.
Okay. All right. So when will the overall commercial real estate market be healthy?
Well, it varies by market. Detroit and upstate New York.
All real estate's always local.
Yeah, it is location, location, location. So we focus on Florida. We think probably in 2014 or so you'll be back to health. So you want to buy now.
How can an investor make money off of this?
Well, you could come into private equity funds. I think those are the best positioned to be able to outperform. And they take in retail investors too. It depends on the nature of the fund. TerraCap takes in some retail investors. You could play the REITs. Some of the big REITs are very available to anyone, and you have high liquidity, and just study them carefully.
And you know, you were saying commercial follows residential, but what about on the way down?
Well, it's the same thing. Because of the nature of the leases, you can hold on to properties longer in commercial because you have longer leases. We buy, renovate, tenant, and sell quickly, so we'll be out well before any kind of market turn.
Bob Gray, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.